In this video, we're going to talk about 5 secret features of Bolt.new that can really elevate your game, make vibe coding much easier. And these are some things that I just found out about and some things that I've been using for the last couple of months. So let's get into it. All right, first off, if you hear that, that's a bird. So sorry about that. All right, let's jump into this. We have 5 that, I'm going to go through and you can see on my screen here, but we have one more surprise at the end that Bolt is releasing soon. So depending on when you watch this, it might be out, might not be out, but wait till the end to figure it out. First off, we're going to go to Figma to code. So Figma, actually, let's back up for a second. Bolt is an AI code generator. And so if you've never vibe coded before, if you've never used AI tools to create applications, specifically web applications, web apps, or mobile web apps, then use Bolt.new. It's a great tool, and you can use my link in the bio. This isn't sponsored. I just enjoy using it, and I have about 3 currently going. So I have my local news ops, which is the one you're seeing now. I have this photo upload with as you can see here, good old days, art, which I'm out on Tiny Startups this week, all from Bolt creation. And then we also have a little small startup failure calculator, so that's 3. And then we have our new one coming for our hackathon that starts this week, which is going to be the Shopify one. It's not going to be that project because I can't start it until the day of. But anyways, I've used Bolt. It's been a lot of fun and a lot of keys I have learned to work with it appropriately. Now, I am a mostly front-end focused software engineer, even though I put on my resume sometimes full stack engineer. And so this is a web-based focused, front-end focused application. And I just wanted to show here, because this is something I didn't understand when I got into Bolt, is that Bolt doesn't really build your backend for you. It's not a backend. It's pretty much fully front-end application. If you want to build a backend, you have to use serverless functions, which you can connect simply with Supabase. Now, I'm not going to jump into that more right this second, but I did do a little ChatGPT here. It does not automatically build a node server for you. It's primarily focused on front-end projects. So, there you go. We're going to go into Figma to code. Now, Figma is a design software, and we're going to be actually building this right here. And so I've never plugged it in Figma directly into Bolt, so we're going to try it here first. So we're going to actually go into a new project. How do I start a new project? Start a new chat here. Start a new chat, import from GitHub, import from Figma. So we're going to do Figma, log into Figma, allow access. There we go, easy. Oh, close this window, there. Let's see, paste your Figma URL here. So I think, frame URL, let's see. Oh, okay, there. So let's go back another step. This is a simple to-do list app. It is a simple to-do list app. You basically add something to do. Sorry, it's a simple habit tracker app. You add something to do, you click it. You can set how many times that you do that daily or days in a row. And when you hit how many ever you set, you get a reward. And you set your reward like this. Don't buy a coffee for 3 days, and then you get it. Don't buy coffee, so claim your reward. Treat yourself to a craft coffee. This is a simple app, so we're going to paste the URL to that frame there. And all I did was select the frame, copy the URL, and import it. And let's see how this works. So it says it's fetching, generating code. So it's fetching micro habit tracker. And let's see. Oh yeah, so micro habit tracker is the name of my Figma file. And this is really, while this is generating, this is really great because you can get like a professional designer to design your application and then just import it into Bolt, and it will generate most of that code for you. And it's smart enough to detect what you need in terms of the layout, the data, and a lot of the other stuff. It will just make assumptions. Now that can be a bad thing. Sometimes it'll make it'll jump to conclusions that you definitely didn't want. You have to do a lot of work to fix it. Yeah, it just really depends. Bolt really does well when you give it clear instruction. This is like with most of the AI tools or in life in general. If you get something clear instructions, then it does much better. So with importing Figma, I'm not sure how it's doing those instructions because I'm not typing them in. It's just importing it and then it's making assumptions by itself. So we'll see how good it does. Oh, and also this is it's supposed to be a mobile application. And let's see yeah. Okay, here we go. It's got loaded up. Start prompting now to add more features, improve the code, for instance. You could try making responsive, adding more interactivity. So there we go. I don't know why that is doing that, but look, it has the buttons here. And let's compare it to what I actually have in the design. So we have that container. I mean, it looks pretty close. Even the font is similar. It's not exact, but it's similar. Claim reward, that's similar. It's not a button, but you get it. The check marks, like that's cool. I wonder how they did that. Is that an image? No, it looks like it's actually a CSS. That's really cool. So that's the key number one, is that you can take Figma and you can put it into Bolt. Now, I'm curious if I can add this as another thing. So let's try. Add a pop-up when pressing the claim reward to be this frame in Figma. Wonder if that will work. Once again, I've never tried it like this before, but let me see how it does. We'll need to add a dialog component update the home screen. Okay, so it's doing its magic in the background, and I was actually surprised how fast the first screen went. Usually when you first start off your application, it takes a little while for it to build that application because, like I said, it might jump to a lot of assumptions and then build out those things without regard to what exactly you want. It will just do things. I'd like to say this, and I posted it on LinkedIn the other day, that AI is like a junior developer. You tell it what to do. Sometimes it does a really great job, and then the other times it does a bad job, and you have to spend a lot more time fixing what it did. Junior developer. Alright, so let's see how it did. Alright, press add. Doesn't work. Edit. Doesn't work. Oh, claim reward. I'm stupid. Reward claimed. Okay, let's see if that looks. Well, it doesn't look like that. I wonder if it even did anything. I wonder if it even copied the styling or not. I'm not sure. We'll have to look into that further. Comment below, and maybe I'll do a full video on taking this into an actual working application with just Figma. So that is step one, and now we're going to go on to the inspector. So we can do a lot of this in the same application. So the inspector is this actually right here, over here. So inspector is kind of, it highlights the elements. So we're going to just ignore this, but look, H3 selected for inspection. And claim reward button selected for inspection. And so I was watching the Bolt live stream today, and this is the first time I've seen this feature. I think it's been around for a little while, but the inspector is supposed to help you choose your elements and be able to edit them easier. So if I say on this, I want the text to be blue, it will use this inspection and turn this text blue. Now, it might also turn other text blue. So it will still be somewhat creative here with the whole of the application. I'll show you how to make that more precise in just a second. But we're going to see what this does. I believe it will turn this text blue and also the other H3 tags blue as well, so that it can stay cohesive with the rest of the app, which, you know, AI is smart and it wants to bring your app and make it good. It wants to make it uniform across your application. So if you have one screen with a bunch of H3s, kind of like a blog post layout, you know, H3s, descriptions, images. If you want to just edit one image, it's probably going to edit all of them. So you have to be as specific as possible. So we're going to see what it does here, and then we're going to try something else in a second. Oh, there you go. See? It changed all H3s to blue. Now we're going to try a different thing, and this is our secret number 3, which is Diff mode. Now Diff mode where's the settings? Here. Diff. Okay. Bolt will use a diff-based approach to editing existing files rather than rewriting the entire file for each change. So diff is like a Git term where it is the smallest amount of change that you can make to your file to fix whatever you need to be fixed. So without diff mode on, so the normal mode, it takes a look at the whole screen that you're on, the whole application, if you will. Not just that one screen, the whole application, the whole context, and then it makes changes accordingly. So it could change a bunch of different things, a bunch of different screens. Diff mode, if you want to just change a few things on one page, this would be the thing to use. So the way that Bolt described this is you want to do your big changes in normal mode, and then your small iterative changes like color changes, text changes, maybe some sizing, maybe some positioning changes in diff mode. This will reduce the number of tickets that you use, and it will reduce the number of tokens that get used and preserve those, so that's good. But just to be clear, this is experimental and report your findings to the engineering team. So we're going to try it, which I guess it is a new feature. I wasn't sure if it was new or I just didn't know about it before. So it's going to reload here, and we're going to try this again with the same thing. We're going to do H3 inspector and then turn the text green. So my guess is that it's going to do the exact same thing because the context of this is so small. It's so, yep. And you see how fast that was? That was actually super fast because it didn't have to take in everything. It just did those H3 tags. But the context of the H3 tags were so similar, it changed those as well. So I'm actually going to try to do, oh, that's not what I want. I'm actually going to, not that. I'm going to try to do this. So this button doesn't have any other things that are the same. So I'm going to say, change this button to color pink. We're going to see how fast this goes. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 seconds. Maybe a little fast and slow there. But that was pretty good. How about we do a check? We're going to change that, but without diff mode on. So let me reload it and see how fast it is. So that was about 7. Feature previews, turn this off. Save and reload. And once again, this is my first time checking out this feature because I just found out about it today. And clearly it's still an experimentation, but I will be using this in the future. So here we go. So we're going to do the same. We're going to do the same thing here. Claim reward. And we're going to say change. Oh, wait, let me see. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. I am actually super surprised that it took that long to do. So you can see the difference there in real time. That, like I said, my first time testing it out, and there you go. So we got the inspector mode and the diff mode. Pair those together and you can get super fast changes, and you can still get the context with diff mode, but it just reduces it a lot. So that's awesome. I thought that's really cool. Here's a couple of notes from what Bolt was saying earlier. So uses less tokens because it just changes a smaller number of lines. Doesn't get too creative. Use it for refinement and not rewriting the whole page. Don't rewrite the whole page, but edits outside the element inspector still. Okay. So the next up is timestamp backups and settings. So there's 3 different ways to either undo your changes or go back from other changes, or 4 other ways. So one is you can, where is it? Here, let me see. So usually there's an undo button here, but I don't see it. And I wonder, I've never seen this restore button. Maybe that's new. Interesting. Well, here's a live update for you. They used to have 2 different buttons here where you could press undo on like a bottom part down there. And then they had another one where it said revert to this version. But now they have restore. So restore, you restore to your previous version. So I guess they just combine these 2. It will undo all your changes and you hit revert now and it does it. And so that's pretty cool. Super funny that we're just finding out about that. The other way to do it is this new way I found out about today. and that is going to backups. And backups, you have these different timestamps. So I don't know how often it's doing this. From what I can tell here, it's doing it from your chat. So this is 20 or 808, 806, 805, 804, 803. So all these different ones, then you can revert back to. So I'm guessing that these are the same. So the backup has a little timer, and then the restore has a little timer. So you can do it through that way. And the other way is through GitHub. So you can manage your versions of your project on GitHub. And we're going to connect it because I actually haven't connected it to any of my projects yet. This is a new feature they released a couple weeks ago, and we're going to do that. So there we go. Choose your repository name. We're going to say micro habit. Wait, what's this one called? Micro habit tracker. Is habit with 2 B's or 1? I don't know. So there we go. Start building. Okay, so now we got that. I'm not sure. Let's just try to make a change here. So change. Yeah, let's use this again. We're just going to do that again. And then see if I need to commit anything. Oh wait, actually I had this pulled up. So this is the overview of version control. And so Bolt integration is used for Git, and Git is for version control. So you make a change, you commit it, and you can push it to the repository to save those changes. It's basically saving your code in the place that it is and putting it elsewhere, not on your local machine. So if you lose it on your local machine, you can get it back from, for example, GitHub or Bitbucket, or I don't know, there's a lot of other ones out there these days. GitLab, I think, is one too. So we connect it. I don't know, let me see. Committing. So Bolt auto commits every change that doesn't have a runtime error. So Bolt is auto committing. That's important to know. And auto commit means it's you make a change, it gets saved into GitHub. So that's good to know. So let's see that, and let's see sync to GitHub, and we'll see if it actually made that change. There we go. Okay, so start repository, that was the first one, and then change text to color yellow, second one. And if you can go in here, you can see where it changed at. So here's your code. There you go, it changed in here somewhere. Blame me. So that's the other one. Also, I'll probably do a whole video on GitHub, but let me know in the comments if you want to see that. The other cool thing with GitHub is that you can do branches. So say you have 2 pieces of code, or you have one code. You have this app right here, and you want to put it live for your people, for the internet to use. You put it live, and then you start working on it, make changes, make updates, change this, change that. And you don't want to make that version live. So what you do is you put it on a different branch, and then you save that to GitHub. And so we're going to actually do that, and I'll show you how it works. I don't know if you can do, let's see, create a new branch here, and we're just going to name this test. Or we'll actually just name this staging. Create branch. Doing it. You are now working on branch staging. So go here, and now you have staging active, main, no. And then we go to this, and we can see it in here. So we have main, and then we have staging. And so whenever you make a change here, it will go to staging and not to main. Now, there's only one caveat. I don't know how to say that word, but you can't merge those 2 branches in Bolt. You have to do that in GitHub. So merging branches isn't available in Bolt yet. You need to do this in GitHub. So you can go in here. So we'll have to do another video on how to exactly merge it in GitHub, or you can just go do some research on it real quick since this video is getting a little long. But those are the ways that you can back up your code, you can revert, you can sync it, save it elsewhere outside of Bolt. Those are just good things to know. And oh, for our last one, our surprise, we have adding images to the project. So currently, when you add images, you basically have to go into code and then public, and you see these here. There's no way to just add any. You can't just like put it in here. You have to like drag. So you can drag my image all the way over here and put it in there. Well, I don't know what it's doing there. Let me try again. Public. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. So you gotta drag it over there, and then you gotta tell this to put the image on the screen. So put image day 2.png on the screen. Let's see if it does it. Okay, cool. So it's gonna rename it. That's nice. And then it's gonna put it on the screen. And I'm hungry. I need to go eat again. And I'm sweating because my AC's off. And it's getting really dark out here. And this video is almost 30 minutes long, so I hope you love it. Also, you can just do things. This is a hat I made because I have a hat business, apparel brand, and this channel is about my apparel business and building an application for my apparel business and combining the worlds of apparel and software development into one. And so now we got our things loaded. It loaded up the image, but bam. But the surprise is that they're going to make this much easier to do, where you can just drag your image and it will figure out all the things and where to put it. And I'm not exactly sure what it's going to do, but they said they're going to make it so much easier to handle images and what it does. And so it'd be cool if they did some like image compression, so you don't have to worry about that. Even like an image editor would be super sick. So Bolt, hit me up for some ideas. That's it for the 5 secret things. They're not super secret, but these are things that I didn't necessarily know or just now trying out in the last few months of using Bolt. And so you try them out, let me know how it goes, and join the hackathon because it's going on from May 30th to June 30th, and you can win $1 million. So use my code, my link in the bio to get you some free credits, get me some free credits, and we can continue building. And let me know what you want to see next, and subscribe, follow, like, comment. Okay, that's enough for today. Thank you for watching. See you later. See you in the next video. Bye.